Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with a pretty epic figure review, I gotta say. We've got the Elite 111 Sandman in the house, first time in the line. I will say, I did get the Ricochet number wrong. I just kind of realized that it was 111. I think I said 112 in that review, so my bad on that. But we've got way better scenarios here. We've got one of my favorite ECW wrestlers of all time, well, besides RVD, and I guess you could add Tommy Dreamer and Raven in there. I guess you could say like Mount Rushmore of ECW. Anyways, it doesn't matter when it comes down to it. We gotta break this bad boy out of the box, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got Sandman out of his plastic prison, we can actually attempt to look at some of his accessories. We can look at the figure itself here in a minute. First things first though, we can always just, gander at these accessories, and he comes with quite a fucking bit if I'm gonna be honest here. 2 sets of interchangeable hands, a shirt, we've got his cans of beer, his kendo stick, and we've got this long ass thing of barbed wire. No ditty, but just super long thing of barbed wire. Like, this was wrapped around the figure multiple times. It took me like 10 minutes just to get this thing unraveled. It genuinely did, and that's the sad reality of it, that this thing took me forever just to get it unboxed. But it was worth it. You got the nice white ECW shirt. Can't really say much about it. It's kind of like a standard shirt. Nice feel to it though. You've got the set of beer holding hands, or as most people call them, choke slamming hands. Of course, he's using them for beer though. And we've got his kendo stick holding hand, his mic holding hand if he ever cuts a promo, which, I mean, 9 times out of 10 he's probably drunk as shit cutting the promo, but hey, that was a part of Sandman's whole career. Anywho, we gandered at the accessories. We can take a nice little look at everything on him later. Oh, knocked over a can. He ain't gonna be too happy about that. Alcohol abuse. Anyway, here we, got this figure himself, all undone, I guess you could say, with the shirt. You can see the nice white tank top underneath, which, I mean, I'm not complaining too much about. Though I kind of wish they would have given the same torso to Tony D'Angelo, but they'll probably do that next time instead of giving us a cloth tank top with him. Either way, I mean, I can see why MDT would say maybe swap the torsos with this one onto the Tony D and give him maybe the cloth tank top. Or just don't give him the tank top at all and just leave the cloth shirt. I don't know, I like it. It doesn't bug me too much. You got the little wrinkle there in the tank top. It's molded like a tank top, so it's not just painted on there with the singlet straps. Though I could totally see this just being a singlet torso. Probably is. Anyway, we've got these nice white pants. Can't really say too much about them. It's hard to pick out every little design here in the pants, I guess you could say. Or maybe sweatpants would be more accurate to say. But there's like a lot of different shit between skulls, playing cards, a lot of skulls actually. Whoever the fuck that is, I don't know. We've got kneecap guy there. It's just a bunch of repeating designs, but it does really look good this way. We've also got the shoes he was wearing that night actually looking fairly accurate, though being in the John Cena shoe mold, which means he's not going to be the greatest at standing. But that's alright. At the end of the day, hopefully he'll pose around pretty well for the Fed, because I definitely got to use him for a match or two. But with that being said, why don't we get him all posed up, and, well, we can kind of give our final thoughts here, because realistically he poses around really well, so I don't need to get into the posing capabilities here. He's on pinless legs, so buttery smooth there. Of course, he's got his upper thigh cut and stuff. You know, it works just like any Mattel figure should. Though the shoe mold may get a little annoying after a while. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get into the final pose. Alrighty, you guys. Now that I've gotten the final pose in, I've gotten a couple of pictures that are potential thumbnail pics. What can we say about this? Well, we've definitely got a top tier contender for figure of the year in just my humble opinion. With all the accessories, with how the figure poses, the only thing I can really say that's a downside is the boots or the shoes. Like, I just don't like how loose they are, because they are fairly loose. But honestly, if I had to rate this figure on a scale of 1 to 10, just kind of jumping the gun a bit early, honestly, I'd have to say maybe a good solid 9.5 out of 10. Really, the shoe mold is my only problem. I don't mind the tank top underneath. I don't mind anything else, and you guys can see I did try my best to wrap the barbed wire around him. Definitely not as neat, but honestly, still really cool either way. I did get a couple of pictures with it straight out of the box too, so either way it doesn't matter too much. But honestly, I think this figure is really good. Might be one of my favorite figures of all time, next to probably my RVD Ultimate with a head swap. But even then, just top tier in my opinion. Of course, we rated it 1 out of 10. You gotta do the Dave Meltzer rating, right? It only seems fair. And if we were to do that, this figure's getting that good solid 4 out of 5. Oh yeah, more or less 4.5 out of 5 stars. I almost said just straight up 4. Nah, he deserves the extra half a star. He's almost the perfect young buck match. Just the shoe mold, honestly, is what really pissed me off a bit there. But honestly, this whole wave in itself is just jam-packed with accessory on top of accessory on top of accessory, between Tony D'Angelo's jacket, Ricochet's jacket, the barbed wire and the t-shirt with the cans of beer for Sandman. I don't even really know like what else I'd have to say. Of course, there's other figures in the wave I don't have just yet. There's the Cody Rhodes, the Trish Stratus, and what else was there? I think, oh, it was Finn Balor. That's the other one that comes in this wave, is Finn Balor. All the other figures do look pretty good. The Finn is kind of a pass for me, I'm gonna be honest, just because it's a very like specific moment type of ordeal. And I don't really see myself using Finn Balor with a random 7 right across his shoulder blade, because yeah, I guess you could say him and Seth Rollins could have that grudge feud, but by the time I get to it, it could be like 10 years plus. Could be 20 years plus. Who the hell knows? That's if I'm even alive by then. Anyway, I think that's enough said. So, let's get this thing wrapped up, shall we? If you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, womp womp, I guess. Sucks to be you, but if you did like the video, feel free to, go check out some of my other action figure content. If I uploaded it right and in schedule, you guys would have seen the Ricochet review first before you got to this. You might have seen a little teaser on this in that video if you guys were paying attention. But yeah, honestly, really great video with this one today. And I kind of got off track a little bit there, huh? So we've got the action figure reviews, we've got unboxings, and we also have pick-fed content, as mentioned earlier. I tend to mention it as often as possible, as I am proud of it. So it takes a long time to do some of these matches, especially some of the ones I'm doing on Legends Night, which is the next episode. Then after that, we're on the journey to Ladder War. After that, the journey to Armageddon. And from there, we can let you know, if you haven't watched the episode where I announced that journey yet, because there's quite a bit of pay-per-views leading into what will be my WrestleMania. Also gonna be known as Night of Defiance, because I don't want to be like a lot of these other pick-fedders and just do a WrestleMania show. I don't feel like that's creative enough, so I had to try to come up with my own name for it. Though, I do use some names from WWE and TNA pay-per-view names like No Surrender, which actually comes after Armageddon, which is a WWE pay-per-view name, along with a TNA name because TNA No Surrender, WWE Armageddon. Anyways, if you're a fan, you know. If you're not, well, then why the fuck are you watching? Anyways, I think that's enough said. What else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, feel free to go follow me on Instagram, and if you would like to, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube. After all, it is free. And I try to upload as often as I possibly can when I have content to create, of course. Either way, on that note, sorry, outro got a little fucked up there. There was a really annoying ad playing at the end of that one song. Kinda took me out of focus, but on that note, have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone. And hopefully, the next couple of reviews, I don't have to deal with YouTube, and I can use my YouTube Premium, because using these free-to-play or copyright-free playlists is really getting on my fucking nerves. Especially when it comes down to the idea of having to deal with ads. Either way, on that note, we are getting out of here. So, deuces, ooses. I can't just do the casual yeet. So, yeet.